All right, so life insurance. Not exactly, the most riveting thing to talk about.
Right.
But stick with us. Today we're going to do a deep dive, right? We're looking at MassMutual
Yes.
Whole Life Insurance. They put out some marketing material, so we figured we'd dig into it, see if we can unpack it.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea, and I think a lot of people have questions about this.
Right, because on the surface it's like, well, it's insurance for after you're gone.
Exactly.
Why should we care?
Right.
Right. So let's see what we can find out about it.
Yeah. One of the things that really stood out to me right off the bat was that they're talking about building cash value
Oh, okay.
as well as the death benefit.
Oh, interesting.
So it's not just about, providing for your family when you're gone. It's also about potentially having this financial tool that you can use while you're still here.
So is it kind of like a savings account with
Yep.
with insurance attached to it?
In a way, yeah. You could kind of think of it like that. It's not exactly the same, but there are some similarities.
Okay, interesting.
One thing that they really emphasize is the guaranteed cash value growth.
Okay, so what does that mean, guaranteed?
Well, it means that your cash value will grow at a predetermined rate.
Okay.
Now, that rate might not be as high as you might get with other investments,
Okay.
but the key here is that it's guaranteed.
Okay.
So you don't have to worry about the ups and downs of the stock market.
Yeah, it's like peace of mind.
Exactly. Especially in a world that, sometimes feels like it's on a roller coaster, having that stability can be really appealing.
I see.
And they talk about MassMutual specifically having paid dividends since 1869.
Oh, wow.
That's a pretty long track record.
A pretty good track record.
Mhm.
So, but the marketing material, they can say anything. I mean, what do you think? Like, what do you make of that?
I think it's important to take everything with a grain of salt, of course, but I do think that long history is a testament to their stability. I mean, they've been around for a long time.
Yeah.
They've weathered a lot of storms.
Right.
So it does suggest that they're a pretty solid company.
Okay.
But again, it's always important to do your own research, compare their performance with other companies, and, make sure that it aligns with your individual needs.
Okay, that makes sense. So it's not just about, this death benefit, right?
Yeah.
They talk about all these other things you can do with it, like emergencies
Exactly.
or college tuition. Like you can actually tap into that cash value.
Yes. You can use it for a variety of financial needs.
Okay, so that's a big difference, right? Because with term life insurance, it's just pure coverage.
Exactly. Term life insurance is like renting an apartment. It's for a specific period of time and then it's over.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But whole life insurance, because you're building this cash value, it's more like owning a house.
Oh, okay. I like that analogy.
It's something you can build upon over time.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
But how does that actually work, like tapping into it?
So it's usually done through loans against the policy, which you then pay back with interest.
Ah, okay.
So that's something to consider. It's not free money.
Right. There are things to think about. So tax advantages, they talk about that. That sounds good.
Yeah. There are some potential tax benefits with whole life insurance.
Okay, tell me about that.
So the death benefit, for example, is generally tax-free for your beneficiaries.
Oh, wow.
That's a big one, right?
Yeah.
Because it means that your loved ones will receive the full amount of the benefit without having to pay taxes on it.
Wow, that's huge.
And then the cash value grows tax deferred.
Okay, so what does that mean?
It means that you don't have to pay taxes on the gains until you withdraw the money.
Oh, so you can let it grow and grow,
Oh,
and then you don't have to pay the taxes until later.
exactly. Which can be beneficial, right? But there are some things to be aware of.
Oh, like what?
Like if the policy lapses, you might end up owing taxes on the gains or even penalties.
Oh, okay, so there are some downsides to consider.
Yeah, it's not a perfect solution, and it's definitely something to discuss with a financial professional.
Okay. Now, they also talk about all these riders you can add on.
Yeah, the riders are kind of like the toppings on your ice cream sundae.
Okay, I like that.
You can customize your policy to fit your specific needs.
So, like, what kind of things?
Oh, there are all sorts of things, like guaranteed insurability,
Oh, yeah.
which lets you buy additional coverage later on without having to go through another medical exam.
Oh, that's nice.
Or waiver of premium, which means that your premiums will be waived if you become disabled.
Oh, wow.
So there are all these, different options that you can add to your policy to make it work for you.
That's pretty cool. So you can really tailor it to your situation.
Exactly.
But so, I mean, it sounds kind of complicated. Like, where do you even begin?
Well, I think the best thing to do is to talk to a financial advisor,
Oh,
someone who specializes in insurance.
right, right.
They can help you figure out if whole life insurance is the right fit for you. And if so, they can help you design a policy that meets your needs.
So if our listeners are out there,
Yeah.
they're like, okay, I need to find a financial advisor.
Right.
Any recommendations?
You know, I always recommend diversified insurance brokers.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of them.
They have a great reputation for being unbiased and really putting their clients' interests first.
Okay.
So they'll help you navigate all of the complexities of whole life insurance
Yeah,
and make sure that you're making informed decisions.
that's great advice. So to wrap things up, I mean, we learned a lot. So whole life insurance is more than just a death benefit.
Right.
There's this cash value component,
Mm-hmm.
guaranteed growth, you can tap into it. But it's not simple.
Mm,
There are things to think about, so definitely talk to an expert.
absolutely. And think about your overall financial picture.
Yeah, don't make any rash decisions.
Right.
Make sure you do your research.
Definitely.
So thanks for joining us for this deep dive, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time.